So we've come up with a neat illustration to help customers understand the importance of airflow and its objective in the house. So we achieve that by drawing a few stick figures here, and imagine these boxes as substance that we are trying to push across a finish line. This is relatively easy to do for this fella here to move these across this finish line. However, what increases the challenge a bit is to move the same volume, the same distance to the same finish line. But I think we would agree that any resistance makes that job more difficult. So as you can see here, there's a couple boxes that are tied to them that are slowing that progress down. And a third figure here is going to be increasingly unhappy if he's moving the same volume of boxes with even more resistance. Makes this job harder to get to the same finish line. Now imagine this taking place in a relay race. We're all familiar with relay races. We had field day in grade school, so we're all familiar with that. So here we have two figures moving the same volume, and the first figure's job is to move this to the transition point. So he's going to take it here, and our anchor for the relay is going to take it across all the way to the finish line and finish the job. So the reason we use this illustration is this essentially demonstrates your heating and cooling system. And this relay point here is very important to focus on, because this transition point is your furnace, your air conditioning coil, and this figure here represents your supply duct and delivery to the finish line, which is ultimately your grill to your bedroom, your living room, your kitchen, whichever point we want to deliver comfort to. And this stick figure here represents your return air duct. And right here is typically where most filters sit. So along the way, in this return figure's journey, there are numerous points of turbulence and obstructions in his job to deliver this air to the finish line, which is the furnace. Points of turbulence are essentially any turn in the ductwork, any 45, any vent that's closed, any door that's closed. Those create blockages, and those are what represent those boxes that we tied up above that make this job more difficult to get to this relay point. This stick figure here represents our supply air, and the easier we make this fella's job, the more comfortable it makes the bedroom, the living room, the kitchen, and the areas that are important to us. Not only does it do that, but the easier his job is to move the air to the finish line, the lower your energy bills will be, and the longer this equipment will live. And that's our goal.